Hi everyone, this is Riley, one of the occupational therapy students at the American Stroke Foundation, and I've created this presentation to share some information on eating healthy as well as to provide some tips and tricks for eating healthy. Eating a variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and proteins has many benefits not only for our body but for our mind and our energy levels as well. Eating healthy is also one of the healthy habits that helps to prevent against a second stroke. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has created MyPlate as a guide to help us make healthy eating decisions. MyPlate recommends that half of your plate is fruits and vegetables, 1/4 of it are grains, and 1/4 is protein. It is recommended that adults eat between 2 and 2.5 cups of vegetables per day. There are many types of vegetables. Dark leafy green vegetables like spinach, broccoli, and kale, red and orange vegetables like bell peppers, carrots, and sweet potatoes, starchy vegetables like corn, potatoes, and peas. You can eat them raw or cooked. They can be fresh, frozen, or canned, and it's recommended to eat a variety of vegetables so you can get a variety of vitamins and nutrients in your diet. Vegetables are also a great source of fiber, potassium, vitamin A, and vitamin C. If vegetables aren't your favorite food, here are some tips for sneaking them into your diet. You can put spinach or kale into a smoothie, and when you add the fruit, you won't taste the vegetables. You can add them into a sauce like a spinach and basil pesto and to put them on pasta or chicken. You can add vegetables into a tomato sauce. You can add shredded carrots or shredded zucchini into a muffin or bread. I've actually added shredded zucchini into oatmeal before, and that's pretty good. It sounds a little weird, but it's pretty good. You can add them into chili or soup as well. The daily recommendations for adults for fruit servings are 1.5 to 2 cups. Fruits can be fresh, frozen, dried, or canned. Fruits are great because they're low in fat, sodium, and cholesterol, but they're high in vitamin C, potassium, and fiber. The recommendations for grains are between 5 ounces and 6 ounces per day, and half of the grains that we consume should be whole grains. Examples of 1 ounce of grain are 1 packet of instant oatmeal or half a cup of cooked rice. Whole grains include things like whole wheat flour, brown rice, oats, quinoa, rye, and barley. Whole grains are a great source of fiber, iron, magnesium, and several of the B vitamins. Consuming whole grains can actually lower risk for heart disease, and it supports our digestion. The recommendations for protein consumption include between 5 and 5.5 ounces per day. Lean beef, pork, poultry, seafood, eggs, beans, peas, nuts, seeds, and soy-based products are all considered a part of the protein category. The benefits of eating a variety of these proteins include B vitamins, vitamin E, iron, zinc, and magnesium. Seafood is a rich source of omega-3s, which can prevent against heart disease. It's important to make sure that we eat lean meats because fatty cuts of pork and beef, such as bacon or hot dogs or sausage, are higher in saturated fats. Saturated fats raise the amount of LDL or bad cholesterol in the blood, which then can increase our risk for heart disease. The recommendations for dairy are 2 to 3 cups per day. Milk, yogurt, cheese, and calcium fortified soy milk are considered a part of this category. Dairy is a good source of calcium, vitamin D, and potassium. Choosing lower fat dairy is important for not raising the amount of bad cholesterol in the blood. For people who are lactose intolerant, there are a lot of really good non-dairy sources of calcium, such as almond milk, rice milk, even dark leafy green vegetables like kale, collard greens have a lot of calcium in them, as well as soy products and canned fish. Hydration is another important part of staying healthy. It's recommended that we drink 2 liters, or 8 glasses filled with 8 ounces of water per day. But that number is just an estimate. During the spring and summer, when we're spending more time outside doing yard work and going on walks, it's important to drink more water. It's also important to drink water when exercising. Water has many health benefits. It helps deliver oxygen to our bodies, it boosts our energy, it's good for our joints, and aids in maintaining blood pressure. Some tips for staying hydrated include bringing a reusable water bottle with you when you are out and about. If you don't like the flavor of water, you could always add lemon or berries to help give it some flavor, as well as taking breaks during exercise to drink some water. Now that we've gone through all the different categories using the MyPlate guidelines, I wanted to provide a couple of examples of what meals might look like using the MyPlate recommendations. So this is an example of what a breakfast could look like using MyPlate. We can see they've separated everything out onto the plate. So we have a quarter for protein, 1/4 for grains, half is for fruit and vegetables. Your meals don't all have to be separated out onto specific sections of the plate like this. I just think this provides a nice visual representation so that we can see what we're eating and what proportions we're eating it in. I just think this is a nice tool. This is an example of a lunch or a dinner option using the MyPlate recommendations, and we can see again they've just separated everything out onto the plate so that we can see what we're eating and in what proportions that we're eating it. One way to eat healthy on a budget is to buy fruits and vegetables that are in season. Fruits and vegetables that are in season for spring include spinach, strawberries, asparagus, green beans, and peas. This picture includes some of the fruits and vegetables in season for the month of May. Buying frozen fruits and vegetables is another good low-cost option. Canned fruits and vegetables can be another way to save money. When buying canned fruits, look for 100% fruit juice and look for low sodium when buying vegetables and beans. Another tip for canned vegetables is to rinse them off before cooking them to wash the salt off, even the ones that are labeled low sodium. Another way to save money is to shop with a plan, planning your meals for the week and making a list of ingredients that you will need ahead of time. There are also some good low-cost protein options available, such as eggs, canned fish, and beans. Some fun ways to promote healthy eating are planting a fruit, vegetable, or herb garden, and then you can eat what you grow and share some with friends. Cooking and eating a meal with a loved one is a great way to spend time together. Splitting up cooking with someone else is a good way to lighten the workload. Trying a new recipe or a new food can be an exciting way to try something out of your comfort zone or find a new food that you like. Trying to eat healthy with a friend or a buddy is a good way to help keep us accountable and give us the opportunity to share new things that we've tried, get ideas for recipes, share our experiences and our struggles. Besides eating a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, there are some other healthy habits we can adopt. One being limiting the amount of soda and sugar that we consume daily. We can try replacing sugary drinks with carbonated flavor water, hot tea, or unsweetened iced tea. We can also reduce the amount of salt and sodium that we consume because too much salt in our diet can lead to increased blood pressure, which increases risk for stroke and heart failure. We can look for lower sodium options at the store, and preparing our own food is another good way to lower our salt intake. We can also limit the amount of fast food, candy, pizza, and junk food that we consume because they tend to be higher in saturated fats, added sugar, and added salt. Here are some helpful resources if you would like more information. The first one, myplate.gov, has information on nutrition as well as sample meal plans. The second one, the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, has a division of nutrition, physical activity, and obesity. This website has helpful information on establishing healthy habits and replacing old habits, as well as providing some other useful tips. And lastly, you can always ask your doctor or your dietitian for more information on a specific diet or a lifestyle change that best fits your needs. Thank you for listening to this presentation. This last slide just includes some of the sources that I used when creating this presentation if you would like to check any of them out.